Welcome back, comic book collectors and enthusiasts. My name is Brandon, and you're watching M.O.N.Comics. Welcome back, everyone. Happy Friday. Hope everyone had a great week. Welcome to my first blind unboxing. So there are 6 books I sent out to CGC, which were received March 21st, and I got them back today. So 5 are economy and 1 is modern. So they definitely stayed within the time frame quoted. They got it back to me within 16 business days. And they quote 20 for economy and like 10 for modern, but I just said to ship them all at the same time. And 2 of which are Fantastic Four. I had the custom label put on just to add a little flair up on the wall. I've always wanted one, never had one, so I figured this is my chance to get it. I did preview these in a previous video of what I was sending, so I'll put the link right up here if anyone wants to check that out before we go into this unboxing. But this was really, really hard not to look at the grades. For those of you that aren't familiar with CGC, you can see the books and the process they're going through while they're getting graded. At the very end, you can click on it and see what your grades are. I did not do that with any of these. I have just been, it's been suspenseful to say the least. So I just watched when they're shipped and they got to me. They shipped them out Friday and they got here today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up. I'm going to put the box down here next to me. And then I've got Post-it notes. And they have guesses. My presser, Jeff from Comics Pile, put up there. He likes to post these books after he's worked on them in a CGC forum that's under the resources, and it's called "Hey Buddy, Can You Spare a Grade?" There's a lot of people interacting in there. Now that I've gone on there a lot, I can see a lot of the same names and people throwing grades out there, and it was just a really fun, different aspect to get other people's thoughts on the grade. So you'll see the CGC forum estimate. You'll see Comic Spa, who is owned by Jeff, my presser and cleaners estimate. And then you'll see my guess. I thought I'd throw that in for fun. And I'm going to do my best to cover the grades up so I don't see them. So let's get into this. I've also got my computer pulled up so I can see grading notes if there's something, we have to look at. So, yeah, this is really exciting. CGC does pack this stuff really well. All right, let's see here. I'm going to put this down to my right. Oh boy. All right, so first book up, I'm just going to try to pull the cover up without looking at the grade. Okay, so I see the book. So the first book up is Amazing Spider-Man 122. I'm going to cover the grade. So, Amazing Spider-Man 122. Of course, Death of the Green Goblin. This was actually this falls under economy because it's pre-75. So, Death of Green Goblin. CGC forum estimated a 4.5 to a 5.5. Comic Spa said a 5.0. And then I guessed a 5.0. I knew it was mid-grade. I just wanted it graded. I had this book raw before, and I sold it, and I want it back in my collection. And now I really love, of course, I've said it before, the Green Goblin covers. So I really want a nice display on it. So, did we get anywhere close to the mark? 5.5. So the CGC forum estimates were pretty close to 4.0 to 5.5, and then it was half a grade higher than what Jeff and I expected. So really cool. That's about what I thought it would be, so I'm not going to look at the grader notes right now. Awesome. I haven't seen these books, in a little bit. So that is awesome. Still looks really nice. Let's take it right out of the bag. Probably take the other ones out of the bag too, but just a sweet cover. Like I said, I knew a lot of these books were about mid-grade. I wasn't trying to hit crazy high grades here. I'm a realist when it comes to this. I know that they probably aren't going to be perfect. So I'm going to stack this down here. And that's cool. So higher, about what the CGC forum said, and higher than I expected. So the next one, now that I get the packing stuff out of here, now that I know where the stuff is, I can take it and cover it up. This is hard to do. Okay, so next one up is Fantastic Four. Not gonna look. 54. Awesome cover. This is, I got the custom label. That's weird. I guess it doesn't tell you. This is the 3rd appearance of the Black Panther. I know that for a fact. Really cool to see the custom label in there. So CGC forum said 7.0 to 8.0. Comic Spot said 7.0, and my guess was a 7.5. I fell in the middle. So let's see what we got. Oh, 6.5. All right. I mean, again, I knew these were mid-grade copies. Looks like there's some tanning to the cover. Let me just look at what the grader notes say. Light staining to cover, moderate cover tanning, which I can't disagree with. Spine stress lines to cover, very small tear, top left of front cover. Yeah. I mean, the spine stress, there's a couple ticks. Regardless, again, I bought this as a mid-grade comic from the seller, and still looks great. Love that custom label. So yeah, again, I just wanted to have the 3 first appearances of the Black Panther graded, which now I do. So 53 is in here somewhere. Very cool, the custom label, really awesome. It was still in the ballpark, you know, just not as high as what everyone estimated. So it happens. It's all good. And I will also be putting fair market values. I would have already done it with ASM 122. I'm going to put fair market value according to Covrprice. And then I'm also going to put last sold on eBay. So everyone kind of see the difference between what fair market value might be for Covrprice, what they're selling for on eBay, which is obviously the biggest market to look at things. And Covrprice, it'll be good, like interesting to see like how often it gets updated. Because I have seen where stuff is sold on eBay. If it's a comic that's only like 1 or 2 copies have sold, and Covrprice is accurate to that. So, the next book up. Going right along, Fantastic Four 53. Not looking. Okay, so Fantastic Four 53, 2nd appearance of Black Panther, and the 1st appearance of the Claw. So, again, I got the custom label, which I'm really digging right now. CGC forum said 4.0 to 5.5. Comic Spot said 5.0, and I went with Jeff's guess. I said it was about a 5.0. When I bought this, I believe I bought this on Whatnot, they stated it was about a 5.0. So I think that for most part on Whatnot, the grades are pretty accurate as to what I've got. So with that said, 5.5. All right, you know, half a point higher. And CGC forum again, CGC forum, the people in there can get pretty close to this stuff. So very happy with that. Now I have all 3 appearances, first 3 appearances of the Black Panther graded, and they'll go on the wall behind me. I've always been really attracted to this cover, and I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, it's very interesting. Oh, on the back it tells. All right, so back, 1st appearance of Claw, 2nd appearance of Black Panther, origin of Black Panther, and Claw. So it says it right there in the back, and it says it too for 54 should say Black Panther and Inhumans appearance, 1st appearance of the Evil Eye. So yes, they do have it. So awesome. So there's 2 out of the 3 were either pretty much right on or a little higher than expected. All right, what's up next? We've got Marvel Presents #1. There we go. So this is origin 1st appearance of Ulysses Bloodstone. This isn't a really expensive comic. Why'd I grade it? I love the cover. Again, I'm a huge Man-Thing fan, and if anyone saw the Werewolf by Night Halloween special, Ulysses Bloodstone did make a little bit of cameo appearance, although he was dead. His daughter Elsa was in there, but I'm hoping that they go back and show a little more of him, but I just loved that cover. This is a really nice book. The thing is, though, Jeff had even told me, while he was going through his cleaning process, that a staple is detached right here. So I was like, well, you know, that's going to crush the grade, obviously, but whatever, I did it anyways. It displays beautifully, of course, still. I think if that hadn't been the issue, it would have been a lot higher. So the CGC forum said 6.0. Comic Spot said 6.5 to 7.0. And again, mostly this is because of the cover tears. The book's beautiful otherwise. And I said 6.5. So what did we actually get? 7.5. All right. That's great. Again, I really didn't think, Jeff and I didn't think it was going to go above a 6.5. Well, he said maybe a 7.0, but beautiful, beautiful book. Just awesome colors on it. It's got Ulysses fighting a big monster. Shows the Bloodstone right on there. So very cool. Excited to add this next to Man-Thing. Now I got to get a kind of a pinnacle Werewolf by Night book to add to that. Because I don't collect a lot of those titles, but I just like to have a couple of next to them just to show, you know, why I like them, what I got them for. But very cool. All right. Well, that was a nice surprise. Again, this book isn't worth, you know, you'll see that when I put up the fair market value and when I sold on eBay, it's not a high-priced book, but collect what you want, collect how you want, and it's fun. That'll look great up on the wall. All right, what do we got next here? There's only 2 books left. So, Crime Suspense Stories, number 9. Trying really hard to make this as blind as possible, folks. Didn't see the grade, this wasn't even. Okay, so I said pre-code horror up there, but it is Crime Suspense Stories, number 9, 1952. This book is 72 years old. It is very old, great shape, presents well. I got this from Robot Monster Island on Instagram, and he quoted me as saying it was a 4.0 copy. He always grades lower so that you're happily surprised if you do grade it or when you get the book and you see it's actually a higher grade. So really nice looking copy of this book. Johnny Craig classic cover and his bio on the inside. So CGC forum said 6.5 to 7.5. Jeff said 6.0 at Comic Spot, and my guess was a 6.0. So let's see. 5.5. You know, for a 72-year-old book, I mean, a lot of these you find are in really, you know, low grade. So to have a mid-grade book, I'll have to look up the prices on this. I'm sure it's still $300 to $400. And to be honest, I love the genre of pre-code horror. I got this because I wanted some pre-code horror, but the more I thought about it and looked at it, it's a great cover. Don't get me wrong. Johnny Craig's an awesome, iconic artist, but I think I want a little more something provocative and akin to the genre. There's some gruesome books out there that really, you know, embody pre-code horror. I think I'd like to get one of those. So this might be going into the trade or sell pile to help me get a bigger Fantastic Forky, but I'm very happy with that grade still. 5.5 for a book from 1972. Off-white to white pages. Yeah, awesome, awesome. All right, one more book, which I think and I hope is the biggest grade out of all of them. So it is DC's House of Secrets 105. Classic skull cover, gray tone cover is what they put on here. I knew this book was in beautiful condition when I saw it on Whatnot, and was at a fair price. So, like I said, this is there's not many graded above, like there's not many higher than like 9.2 on the CGC census. There's some 9.4, 9.6, but it's not a book people grade a lot. But I mean, the people fishing and they don't, like, you know, they're just oblivious to the skull over here with that leaf and the dragonfly on it. And for not being a pre-code horror, it's a beautiful book. So, CGC forum said 9.0 to 9.2. Comic Spa said 9.0, and I said 9.2. I went with the CGC forum a little higher. So, let's see what. Really, CGC? 8.5? Let's definitely check the grader notes on this one. Bear with me, folks, because I kind of got a head scratcher. Now I can go back and look at the grading notes on all these. So, white pages, light foxing to cover, and light spine stress lines to cover. Light foxing to cover and light spine stress lines to cover. I don't know. This might be a candidate to crack and resubmit, because I don't think this is an 8.5. I think it's at least a 9. What do you guys think? So it says light foxing to cover, and then light spine stress lines to cover. I don't know. I just don't see it. Well, I don't, it doesn't matter. It definitely, like, the value in this is going over a 9.0 or 9.2 to really hit, like, it's a difference of, like this is might be close to $100, but if you break like a 9.0 or 9.2, it goes up to like 300. But it's not always about the value to me. Again, like I said, I just wanted this classic cover. I just think they might have missed the mark on this one. Maxine Fabe and Steve Skeet's stories. Jerry Talick, Jim Aparo, and Alfredo Alcala art. Jack Sparling cover. So I still love this book. I'm glad I got it graded. So yeah, some surprises. Some, the surprises weren't. If you think about all the books and the comparisons I showed you, it's like a half point, whether it was above or below what people had anticipated between my presser and cleaner Jeff and the CGC forum people there and myself. So I'm very happy. I'm very psyched to have these books graded in my collection. You'll see them on my wall. I'm going to start changing books out on my wall. So yeah, awesome. Thanks everyone for tuning in again and checking out my first blind unboxing. I hope to do more of those in the future. I really appreciate the support and love from everyone. If it's your first time watching, if you could hit subscribe, give me a like, tell me in the comments, what do you think? Do you think that House of Secrets 102 or 105, do you think that was an accurate 8.5? Do you think the other grades are accurate with how what I showed you folks? I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, but it's definitely fun. I like sending stuff into CGC and gives me something looking forward to get back to throughout, the daily life of going to work and hanging with family and being a good dad. So let me know what you think. But next week, I got some awesome stuff in the mail or already here. Some great books from both Marvel, DC, and a publisher that is neither. So please stay tuned. Have fun. Hope you guys have a great weekend. Read some comics, and I'll talk to you later.